What is happening, everyone? Brian Mello here again over at Marty's Chevrolet, and today we're going to take a look at this 2021 Chevy Tahoe High Country. Now, as I'm sure most of you are familiar with by now, we're going to do a quick walk around the outside of this thing, show you some of the features there, and then we'll jump inside and show you what goes on inside as well. So with that said, here's a look at your key fob. You've got your lock, your unlock, you've got your remote start, lift and lower the lift gate, and if we fire this thing up, you're going to see the LED day running lights are, of course, going to start flickering. That's just the way the camera picks them up. They don't actually flickering in real life. You've got LED blade headlights. You've got the front parking sensors down low. And if we come up close, you can see underneath our bow tie here, we've got the front camera to our HD surround vision camera system. And I also want to point out this, it's like a bronze or copper insert in the grille along with the aluminum, and that is the High Country styling. You've got the High Country embossed in the grille as well. Just a really nice look. I'm a huge fan of that bronze. I know a lot of people aren't, but I think it looks great. It's just a nice way to break up that front end. As we go around the side of the High Country, we notice the 22-inch wheels, and these are on 275/50 Bridgestone all-season tires. We've got the High Country badging up top on the fender. We've got the Tahoe badging down low on the door. We've got our side mirror here with integrated markers, and you can see we've got another camera for the HD surround vision camera system, which we'll show you how that works in just a second. Now, up here you can see, if you're watching this on PC, we are shooting this in 4K. You should be able to pause and look at everything that's on this window sticker. If you're on mobile, I'll just let you know, standard vehicle price $72,600. High Country Deluxe package, $5,605. Floor console, power sliding with the center drawer, $350. Everything added all up brings this thing to $79,350. Black exterior, jet black mocha interior. It does have the 6.2 and the 10-speed automatic transmission. You can also see 16 miles per gallon combined, 19 highway. Not too bad considering the size of this thing. And now I'm going to step back so you can get a nice side shot of this thing. You may also notice it looks a little bit low. That is because this does have the adaptive air suspension with magnetic ride control. So right now the vehicle is in basically like entry mode. So it sits the vehicle nice and low, so it's easy to get in and out of it without having to, climb up inside. You actually have 4 inches of adjustable air suspension, and I'll show you how that works as well once we get inside. You can see you've got the chrome trim around the windows, keyless entry. Just make sure you keep this little guy in your pocket and you're good to go there. And let's, actually, you know what? We won't open the back just yet. You've got your quad exit exhaust. Trailer tow package is all set up, hidden away underneath that cover. You can see you've got your rear parking sensors right there in the rear bumper. Once again, because you can never just have too many. More cameras for your HD surround vision camera system. LED third brake light, and your rear wipers just hidden away underneath that brake light. I'm going to use the key fob right now just to pop the back open, give you a look inside. Obviously, if you saw the Suburban High Country video, a little bit less room here in the back as opposed to the Suburban. But you do, of course, have your power fold flat seats. You can also drop that captain's chair down. You have a full AC power outlet, and I do like to let everyone know these will not power back up, but the third row does. So your captain's chairs won't power back up. You have to lift those manually, but the third row does. Some storage. You've got the hooks in the back, so if you want to throw like a net or something and hide whatever cargo you're carrying around, you can do that. I'm going to drop the back. And then let's take a peek in the passenger compartment. Helps if I keep it unlocked so I can get in. You can see, maybe you didn't see, I'll show it to you really quickly. Here's your power steps. And these flush really, really flat up against the body of the vehicle. You'll also be able to see that line that you're seeing right here. That's actually an LED bar that runs the entire length of the running board. So when you're getting in at night, it makes it a little bit easier to see. Never a bad thing. And let me just make a quick adjustment here on the camera. There we go. All right, so looking at your interior, you can see you've got the wood grain aluminum surround We've got that mocha leather and white stitching. You can see we've got the High Country on the door sill. Perforated leather seat. They are heated in the back. You've also got this black and white piping. Looks really good with the white stitching. I'm a fan. If you just kind of roll back and give you a... Up top, you do have the big panoramic roof, but we do have the sunshade closed at the moment, but I'll show you what that looks like once we get it up front. We've got our climate controls, our heated seats. We've got 2 USB-C ports, and you can see down low we've got a full AC outlet as well. So if there's one thing that GM has figured out is that everybody wants places to plug in, and for sure there is no lack of places to plug in inside the new Tahoe High Country. One thing I'll show you before we go over the entire interior, I'm just going to foot on the brake, push start, I'm going to fire this up. Now this thing's going to lift really quickly, but I want to show you just real quick on the adaptive air suspension. So I'm actually going to hit this button here, and you're going to see it's asking me where I want to be. And I am going to set this to increased ground clearance. And up she goes. Pretty cool. Now you can go even higher than that, but you do have to be in 4 low, because that's pretty much what it's for. It's for off-roading, to give you that extra ground clearance to go over objects. And I don't know if you'll really be able to tell as well in here, but I can do, so we're at increased height, we'll go to exit entry height, and we should be able to tell just from sitting in here, this thing's gonna drop. There she goes. Now it's probably tough to see in here. You can feel it. It's quite a difference. You also know there's an indicator up here that tells you what mode you're in, and when the vehicle is changing, it'll be blinking green to let you know. So just wanted to show you all that really quickly before I went into the whole interior. But I think we're good now, so let's dive right in now. I always mention this. If there's anything I don't go over that you wanted to see, please let me know at the end. I'll be happy to go over that stuff with you. You can see here we've got our memory seat buttons. We've got our windows and power mirrors. I like to note that these do power fold in. These mirrors are expensive. You've got marker indicators and cameras all integrated in them. So if you're parking on a side street, make sure you fold those mirrors in. It takes you a second to do it. It's worth the extra time and habit. That's what I was looking for. It's worth the habit and developing that, just to save those mirrors so that nobody takes one off when they drive by you. Aluminum door handle, power locks. Now, on the left side of our steering wheel here, I'm just going to adjust this because there we go. My OCD kicking in. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your power parking brake, lane departure warning, parking sensors on or off, automatic shut off. Those are the auto stop. When you come to like a red light, you can turn that off or leave it on. You can turn on or off your power outlets. We have traction control and hill descent control. And on the right side, you can see this is our heads-up display controls. I'm going to crank the brightness up on this thing, and I will raise it up so you can see. Now, I'm sure it's going to flicker in the video, but it's a 15-inch display, and it looks incredible in person. Really, really cool. I love the fact that I can use the navigation through here. I love how it's super adjustable. I have this in my Camaro, obviously not a 15-inch display, but one thing I do notice is that it's a little distracting at night, so I like that I can adjust the brightness or disable it altogether depending on what your preference is. So below the heads-up display, you've got your four-wheel drive controls and your air suspension controls here. If you want to put this thing in like sport mode, you just twist the knob, and you see, it'll put us in sport mode. You'll actually also notice it's adjusting the air suspension for the mode that I'm in. So if you were to put this in like off-road mode, it's going to automatically know that we probably want a little bit higher ground clearance. And when you get up to speed on the highway, the vehicle will actually lower itself down, so you have an increased aerodynamics, which brings your fuel economy up. Headlight controls are here, gauge cluster brightness, and your trailer brake controller. Up on the steering wheel, you can see you've got that bronze color that I showed you in the grill brought up onto the steering wheel. Heated steering wheel, forward collision alert, cruise control settings, and on the right side of the steering wheel, we've got our Bluetooth hands-free, and this little guy right here goes through all the different information right here in the gauge cluster. So we can just see your average MPG, your fuel range, oil life, brake pad life, air filter, all that stuff right here, easy to access through the gauge cluster, which is really nice. Me personally, I think it's pretty cool. You can have the navigation system on through here. You can have the navigation through here, navigation in the windshield, navigation over here. So you have plenty of options as far as what's going to make you happiest and where you want to look at your navigation system. Transmission now to pick your gear, park, reverse, neutral, drive. You don't have a shifter anymore. Just foot on the brake and grab the gear. If I put this thing in reverse, you'll see the HD surround vision camera system fire up. You can see we're looking at an overhead view here, and then we are looking behind us here. And if we want to switch, now we're looking at an overhead behind, overhead front, looking at the curb. Well, I call them curb hunter mirror cameras because they're looking at the wheels. If you were to pull this thing up close to a curb, you'd be able to do that. It's behind us. There's in front of us. We've got the trailer hitch cam, and this is the see-through camera. If you had a trailer hitch attached, you can actually put the camera on the back of the trailer hitch and it'll allow you to like see through the trailer. Kind of a cool feature. So if you do a lot of towing, this thing's great. I'm gonna go back home. Now this is a 10.2-inch full color HD display. Apple CarPlay, helps if I put them in park. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your turn-by-turn navigation, satellite radio, 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, all that fun stuff. I'll give you a peek at your nav. In fact, let's pull this off just so that's oddly satisfying. There's a look at your navigation. There's a look at how your audio. Go to XM. We can scroll through all the different XM stations. Go back home. Your My Chevrolet is set up through here. Your OnStar services, you can use your climate control through the touchscreen. But if you're anything like me, I'm still really happy that I have knobs down there that I can just operate. I'm not going to go through everything, but make sure that if you're test driving one of these or considering buying one, make sure your salesperson goes through everything that the Chevy MyLink system has to offer you, because it's one of the most intuitive systems on the market. Very easy to use. Everything is easily accessible. You don't have to hide into submenus. Most things can be reached with one touch. You know, want to go to my audio, hit it. Want to go to my phone, hit it. Navigation, hit it. So on and so forth. To the right side of the Chevy MyLink system, you've got your felt-lined sunglass holder. Once again, we've got aluminum trim. Looks really nice. Underneath that, we have our climate controls, front and rear. Heated seats, air-conditioned seats, rear climate control system. You can see down low, you've got a USB-C, USB port, SD card slot, and your standard power outlet that we're all used to seeing. You've also got a wireless, this is a wireless charging dock right here. So if you have an iPhone with a conductive back or pretty much any modern phone at this point, just set your phone down there. It's going to charge wirelessly. It's also going to connect to your Chevy MyLink system, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless now, which is awesome. Nobody likes wires, so I'm glad that's gone. You can just set that thing down, charging, connected, listen to your music. Waze, if you're a Wazer, Waze will work. Really great system. We've got our center console. It's huge. Keep as much junk in here as you want. If you're anything like me, that's all I really do with it is keep junking it. You've got another little spot here. You can throw like a wallet. Just keep in mind, they moved the charging dock down here because people used to leave their phone here, hit the brake, hit the gas, off the phone would go. So I'm glad they moved this, but you can still have this rubber. You still have this rubber, and it's a little bit deeper, so you can put like something here, and it shouldn't go anywhere. Above, if you peek really above, you can see this control here that I'm moving. That will slide your center console back or forward, depending on which way you want to go. And you've got a little like hidden drawer. What you're going to put there, I don't know, but it's a cool little hidden drawer. I like those quirky little things inside vehicles. Which makes them a little different. Also, if you've got kids in the back, you can put the cup holder, if you've got cups in the cup holders, you can slide the console back so they're closer to the kids so that they're not reaching, spilling, and things like that. So that's kind of nice. You can see on the seat, you've got our High Country embroidered in the headrest. Once again, you've got that perforated leather, mocha leather with the black and white piping and white stitching. You can see there's a look at your passenger side door with the wood grain aluminum trim. That's a glove box. I don't think we need to go into that. I'm sure we all know what those look like and what they're all about at this point. Is your panoramic roof. We're going to slide the sunshade back as well as open it up and get some fresh air in here. We can move. There we go. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. I wanted to slide that all the way back. Thank you, GM, for finally giving us the panoramic moonroof. We've all been waiting for it forever. You've also got up top programmable garage door openers. You've got controls to lower the seats in the back from up here. You've got LED interior lighting, and your OnStar buttons have been moved from the mirror to up top. Which brings us to our mirror. As you can see, this is what we're used to seeing, you know, when you grab your mirror, try and look through the kids, the back seat, the tinted glass. What we can do is actually flip this, and we've got a full HD camera now, and this will stay on as we drive. You can see the vehicle going by me right now, and you can adjust this to increase the brightness, decrease the brightness, go wider if you want. Me personally, I like to keep it as wide so I have the biggest field of view. Just a nice little safety feature, makes looking through the back a little bit easier, especially in these SUVs that have gotten so big now. And that, my friends, is kind of the quick rundown of this 2021, I guess semi-quick, you know. I didn't even mention the Bose audio, the independent rear suspension, the fact that this thing's on magnetic ride control and adaptive air. But I think it did an okay job. You let me know. What do you think of this thing? Drop a comment down below. If this video helped you at all, please consider supporting my channel. Big shout out to everyone who's been watching all the videos over the past couple of weeks. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Please like, subscribe, follow along. Check out, if you're into this one, make sure you check out the Suburban High Country video. We've got the Suburban RST video posted. We've also got the Yukon AT4 and new Yukon Denalis. So lots of great content and even more to come. It's getting cold, the sun is going down, and I'm down on the Cape, so I'm gonna go inside. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next video. I'm out of here. Take care.